This holiday season, skip the practical and give something magical. This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we've been Atlanta's source for holiday magic since 1939. For a timeless gift that keeps on giving, our dazzling diamond studs start at just $275, and they can be upgraded for life. Pick from a huge selection of birthstone jewelry starting at just $155. Or for the ultimate magic moment, find the perfect ring for an unforgettable holiday proposal. Come shop with us in Atlanta, Kennesaw, or Sandy Springs, or browse our gift guide at dgeller.com.
This is an Extra 106.3 podcast. To hear more live and local content like this, tune into 106.3 FM or download the Extra 106.3 app. Extra 106.3 and a Second Chance Bail Bonds are here to back your blue. Back Your Blue highlights special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Join a Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Matalon and host Tug Coward to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Now it's time to back your blue on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra 106.3 app.
Welcome to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3. My name is Tug Coward, along with Daniel Matalon. He is the CEO of a Second Chance Bail Bonds and a Second Chance Monitoring. And the reason that we do this show, our guest today, Joey Stafford, the GRIP Project Coordinator with the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Department. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you. How are you?
I couldn't be better. Just glad that you're here. I know there's so many things that y'all are doing with the GRIP program that are so imperative and important for the community that you live in there in Gwinnett County. And I'm glad that you're here to share with folks that maybe don't have a lot of knowledge of it, because I'll be honest, I didn't. I had no idea what the GRIP program even was up until today. So I think you'll be talking to a lot of people that probably have that same starting point where they don't know much, and it'll be good to be able to introduce them to what you do. Now, Joey started at the Sheriff's Department as an employee 16 years ago and employed as a law enforcement officer for 20 years, both as a sworn officer and in civilian positions. Assigned to the GRIP office in 2017, and it was more of a reactionary emergency services program than a proactive program like it is today. So what was the change? What made the change in that department?
More people needing a hand up.
Mm-hmm.
We like to say that the Gwinnett Reentry Intervention Program is more of a hand up, not a handout. Coming in contact with more of the population that would get out and just remain in the lobby downstairs because they've burned all their bridges. They have nowhere to go, don't know where to go, maybe have been court ordered to be in some sort of mental health program or substance abuse treatment program. So the more calls that we got to come out and try and assist these folks and find somewhere to go, we started looking for more resources to pair up with us and give us some assistance in that.
Yeah, and when you bring up mental health, we've talked about on the show so many times how in the United States as a whole we're struggling with mental health, right? I mean, this is an issue that has affected probably either every person or at least every person's family. Everybody knows someone, if it's not them themselves, that has dealt with mental health issues. And it used to be such a stigma, Joey.
Exactly.
People were afraid to say it. People were afraid to admit it. It was seen as a sign of weakness. And now I think we've turned the corner on that a little bit, where people are now applauded for recognizing that issue that they have or someone around them has.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
So how does GRIP help with mental health? Like, we'll start there.
Well, now, since Sheriff Taylor came into office in 2021, he has designed a mental health task force. So we've been able to focus more on the sober living and things of that aspect, not as much as the mental health. But we do still come in contact with, we do a lot of partnering with the accountability courts in Gwinnett County, and one of those courts is mental health court. It's an 18-month program, and they too need somewhere to go. Maybe they've been off their meds and have hurt the people in their family, hurt their friends, not physically, but emotionally, and need some guidance and need some help now that they are back on their meds. And so we do have some of our partners will take someone that has some mental health issues and house them, and we help them get into those programs.
Well, let's talk about sober living, because that's something obviously you said that y'all spend a lot of time with. Explain that to help me. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but how does it work under the GRIP program?
If someone has an addiction and needs sober living housing within Gwinnett County, we have several different partners. We have a pretty large list of partners that will take a person in, meet them where they're at in their recovery, and they have meetings that they must attend while they're there. They have drug testing that they do. A lot of them use the apps that will track them because they must be able to account for where they're going. It's really all about accountability. So we help them with their intake fee, and a lot of times either 1 month or 2 months of their residential fees, depending on how expensive the program is. And after the 1 to 2 months, then it will be up to them to have employment, gain successful employment, and take care of their rent after that.
Do you help them with that to find employment? Is there a mechanism inside the program that helps with that?
We do. Those are other partners that we have as well. Part of the GRIP expansion that we started in September is a vocational program within GRIP, and the inmate workers inside the jail can gain training certificates and certificates of completion in things like environmental services, which is our janitorial crew. Our kitchen crew can get a ServSafe certificate.
So it sounds like there's a bunch of different jobs
yes.
that folks can get involved with to help themselves. Is it hard for folks, even after they've gone through GRIP and they've landed a vocational or a technical skill, a training skill, or a certificate as you described it, in a trade? Do they struggle then finding work because of what's happened in their background?
They do still have a pretty high level of difficulty trying to find a job.
And how do y'all help with that? Like, are y'all able to work directly with particular businesses or organizations to help folks get placed and try to find a new position, find their footing in life, maybe?
Yes, we do have some companies that work directly with us who understand that the person is just coming out of jail and does have a criminal background, and they're accepting of that from the get-go. It doesn't guarantee them a job,
sure,
but it at least gives them that opportunity, and it's also a confidence builder,
sure,
to know that they can go to this place and possibly get a job rather than just having the door shut in their face automatically because they just came out of jail.
When you say take them in, you said you found people to take them in. What does that mean?
When I was talking about sober living, they also know they have houses set up, and
this
they
is like
know
private.
that
Is it private citizens?
Private citizens.
Okay. Yeah.
They do have to be certified in the either Thor certified or GAR certified, and there's certain specs that they have to adhere to have a sober living home. But yes, they are private citizens, and they've just either purchased homes or rented apartments and set it up for a sober living facility.
Sure. And is it something, do you usually say, is that just someone who has a heart for people that have gotten themselves off track, or is it more of a business decision? How does that work? And do you see?
Most of our sober living homes are run by a person that was an addict themselves.
Yeah, so they have a heart for it.
Yes.
Yeah, which is encouraging to me.
Yes.
Because I think that's the way that you're most successful is when you deal with someone that you can relate to, and you say, "I've been there before." You know, that's I feel like the success rate would go up from there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like a good thing. She talked about monitoring a little bit, Daniel, and I know that's what y'all do at A Second Chance. Do y'all work directly with GRIP over in?
No. So when we normally, I mean, on the bonding side, we're obviously getting the people out, and then they may end up back in custody, or when they're coming back out of custody, just depending on where they're at in the process, I guess. And then the monitoring stuff we're doing is normally a lot of post conviction stuff like that.
Yeah. So,
but this stuff is important because, you know, there's so many people that end up in these facilities, and resources are obviously short in this world, right? We don't have enough of it. So any kind of programs like this, I'm a big supporter of, just because I know how valuable it is to people. Even myself, been through that, back in in the early 2020,
sure.
that in the 2000s. But it's a big part of what we need to be doing. So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just giving people almost a second chance is what it feels like to me a little bit, Joey. Is that what is that at least the goal?
Yes.
Is giving folks a second chance?
Giving person another chance
to
make it in reentry.
Because the job stuff's tough. Because I know we come across people that have been arrested, not guilty. That really doesn't matter at that point. But the charge exists. They're trying to get a job to repay the family member, or to just get their
life back in order.
Just life back in order in general. And we come across that all the time.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah, well, when we come back on Extra 106.3 and Back Your Blue with Daniel Madelon, the CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds and A Second Chance Monitoring, along with Joey Stafford, the GRIP project coordinator at the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. I want to talk about the way GRIP started and the modest means that it started with, and now the fact that it's grown so much. We'll talk about that next on Extra 106.3.
This holiday season, skip the practical and give something magical. This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we've been Atlanta's source for holiday magic since 1939. For a timeless gift that keeps on giving, our dazzling diamond studs start at just $275, and they can be upgraded for life. Pick from a huge selection of birthstone jewelry starting at just $155. Or for the ultimate magic moment, find the perfect ring for an unforgettable holiday proposal. Come shop with us in Atlanta, Kennesaw, or Sandy Springs, or browse our gift guide at dgeller.com.
Hey Atlanta, Hudson Mason here. Is a new roof still on your to-do list, but you've been delayed due to rising home service costs? Well, here's a fantastic solution from Accent Roofing Service. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a full year. That's right, you can get your new roof now and start paying next year. Act quickly, because Accent's incredible offer of 000 with a 12-month deferred payment option for a lifetime roof system isn't going to last long. Contact the craftsman at Accent Roofing Service today, accentroofingservice.com.
This is Back Your Blue, presented by A Second Chance Bail Bonds, live on Extra 106.3 FM and streaming for free anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Welcome back to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3. My name is Tug Cowarts, along with Daniel Madelon, the CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds and A Second Chance Monitoring. Our guest is Joey Stafford of the GRIP program, GRIP project coordinator at Gwinnett County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff's Office. And when it started, GRIP was one corporal and you, Officer Stafford, and y'all shared a county car and a county cell phone. And today there's 7 members of the GRIP office, 3 in-custody housing units, and that encompasses 4 GRIP programs, a reentry assistant budget, and a vast group of reentry resources to call upon in the need of assisting folks to returning back to just their regular life prior to being incarcerated. Do you did you expect that GRIP would grow from what it was to what it is now? Did you know this was going to happen? Did you see the wisdom?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I had.
Because the easy answer would have been like, yeah, of course I knew this. Of course I knew this. I had this all figured out. But I love the honesty.
Yes, I have the heart for it. I've always had the heart for it. But to see the vision come to fruition with just, it actually started in 2012 with the one corporal that I mentioned before, and he came in to. I was working in another section of the jail, and he just came in one day and he said, "You've been reassigned to me." And he literally picked up my desk and put it on a cart and wheeled it across the across the hallway. And like you said, we shared an office, we shared a car, we shared a telephone, and I just had no idea it would be what it is today. And it just makes my heart happy.
Absolutely. Anytime you can help people, I think it's good, and that's what the folks at the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office do by nature. I mean, they have a servant's heart to begin with, or they wouldn't be in that position, right?
Correct.
They want to make their community better. They want to make their neighborhoods better. They want to make everything around them better, and that's the reason that they sacrifice so much, because it is a sacrifice to be a public servant.
Absolutely.
And why do you think the officers that have gotten involved have? Because that's growth. 7 members now on the GRIP team. What was it that made the GRIP program their goal? I mean, obviously the caring part too, but how did they get selected? What was the process?
You must be a believer in restorative justice is the number one priority. You must have a heart for it. You must believe in it, and see past just being security, being able to help people and guide them, talk to them, find out what their needs are, and not just believe that this is a criminal and they'll never be anything but a criminal. You have to be able to see past that thought pattern and thought process. And
go ahead.
The people that are involved in our GRIP team, I believe wholeheartedly feel that way.
Yeah, they see beyond. They're able to see good in everybody, and that's a pretty good quality, because I would imagine a lot of times, especially if folks do break the law multiple times, that sometimes it's difficult to get people to see that value that you see.
Oh, absolutely. And there's times, we get hoodwinked or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
But
Daniel, you can probably relate to that.
Oh, I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, but that's that. But again, seeing the individual versus this is a group of people that I don't trust. I have use for. You see the beauty of the individual.
Correct.
Yeah, and so what is it that keeps you positive? Because as you said, if you get tricked a couple times, then you become a little bit jaded or a little more guarded. How do you keep that open mind? How do you keep your heart open to it?
A lot of times a person will show you, I call it being tired. They'll show you they're tired. And then others, you'll talk to them and speak to them, and they're just looking for a get out of jail ticket. Mm-hmm. They're not tired yet. Mm-hmm. They're not tired of the life. But just being able to see between those and the success stories, the ones that, will write you a letter when they're done with their programs, or call you and invite you to their graduations from accountability court.
That's amazing.
Yes. So the drug court graduations, the mental health court graduations that you attend. I recently did a 5K, and
oh my heavens, I'm tired thinking about it.
And there were so many of the GRIP participants that I had worked with there that have found something else to do. They've turn to running now instead of
focus their energy on something different.
Yes.
I love that. Do you care to? I mean, you don't have to go into name details, but maybe some stories, some success stories. So when people listening to Back Your Blue right now, and as we talk to Joey Stafford, the GRIP project coordinator at the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, they're able to hear the things that you saw before anybody else did. Do you have those success stories that you can share with us?
Absolutely. I've been doing this since 2017, so there's tons of them. But
just a couple of your favorites, maybe.
There was a female who went through the GRIP program, and then she went on to, we got her into a sober living facility for when she got out, because it was part of her bond. When she first came to jail, she did not have a bond at all. They finally set her a bond. She had to get an ankle monitor and go to sober living. And not only did she complete with success having the ankle monitor in the sober living facility, she went to work for the sober living facility.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so good. So
Yes.
again, going back to experience and relatability, she had a heart for it because she'd been through it.
Yes.
What about the other stories? Any other that stand out to you?
One that I hope will be.
Oh, this is like an up and coming.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope will be a success story. We worked very hard with him while he was in the GRIP program and had him, completely set up with sober living. He had been with us long enough to also be a part of the vocation program, but unfortunately when he went to court, the last time that he was in court, the judge told him, if I see you again, you're going to prison. Well, we hoped we could save him from that, but we weren't able to, and she had to stand by her word, and so she sent him to prison. But we're hoping that when he comes out, he has written several letters back to the unit, talking about how much he appreciates the curriculum that was offered in the unit, how much he's learned and how strong he feels this time. And hopefully he will be okay when he comes out of prison.
When he's out, you're hoping he'll be tired, like you're talking about.
Yes,
just tired
of that life.
Yeah. How do you? I guess what's the process for when you see a person that comes into the GRIP program, and we need to restate that for anybody that's just joined us, that this the reentry intervention program in Gwinnett County. Do you have the ability to say, this person's tired, yep, they belong, and we can help them, or this person isn't tired of the lifestyle, isn't tired of doing the things that they've been doing? Do you have any control over that, or you have to work with anybody that they send your way?
Not so much having to work with or
I
seeing
guess
someone
giving
as
the
being
opportunity.
tired,
Yeah.
but we do vet them. We
Okay.
look at their
Okay. Yeah.
in custody disciplinary history, their current charges. We go through their complete criminal history, things like armed robbery, ag assault, rape, child molestation, those kind of charges. No.
Of course.
They are not accepted into the
So
program.
none of the 7 deadlies.
None of the 7 deadlies.
Well, you have to
correct.
explain that for me, because I don't know what that means, and I bet a lot of people listening have no idea what that means. So please explain that so everybody understands.
Those are the murders,
Okay, the
ag
ones
assault,
got it.
rape, child molestation. We even go as far as elder abuse.
Oh my gosh! If you take advantage of an elderly person,
That's a big thing.
but
Yeah.
kids and dogs and elderly, like
Exactly.
I say dogs, but I mean pets, animals.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Animal
those,
abuse is another one that does not come in.
those are the ones I struggle with. If you mean the kids, mean to the elderly, mean to animals, man. You and I don't get along well, because
Correct.
those are the most vulnerable in our society. Those are the ones that we need to look out for the most. Those are the ones that we need to take care of the most. So I
Exactly.
understand why that's the case. So people who meet inmate qualification standards, you can do the in-custody training in the following areas, like commercial and residential cleaning. You brought that up. Gardening and pest management, kitchen and food safety preparation, landscaping and grounds maintenance, and laundry services. Can you walk through the curriculum of how people decide what it is they're interested in? Do you point people in the right direction, or they say, no, I'm interested in a particular category?
They can say that they're interested in a particular category. if you are arrested for violation of probation, you must work. And something that, as of this year, we got the permission of Judge Hamill to give community service hours to the inmate workers within the jail that are in these programs.
Sure.
But you're allowed to say what you're interested in. Now, whether or not you actually get picked for that particular program is up to the detail officers. But someone obviously with restaurant experience, serve safe, they're going to go that route. If you have grounds experience or landscaping experience, you'll go with our grounds maintenance. Sure. The detail for laundry service, that is run by females.
Okay.
So only the female workers are eligible for that. We just have certain details that are either one sex or the other.
Okay.
And our kitchen is run by male inmates. Our laundry detail is females.
Okay.
The animal welfare, that is both. They have alternating days.
Okay.
So
that's right. I didn't even know about that. I didn't even read the animal detail. I missed that. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
They go over to the Gwinnett County Animal Welfare Center and help with cleaning the cages. They help with pet enrichment, which includes filling the Kongs and washing the bowls.
Sure.
And other treats. And then they have a animal behaviorist that also works there. Yeah. And they go out with them. They learn basic training of the animals so that you can come out of jail and apply that to a place like PetSmart. Or,
yeah, sure. No, that's perfect. I love that.
That's another success story. We had one inmate that came out of our Operation Second Chance unit before that closed, who went to work with a huge
like a vet practice,
like a rescue.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if I can say their name.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
totally.
Desperate Dogs.
Okay, yeah.
Is who he went to work for, and he's been working there for almost 2 years now.
That's awesome.
Yes.
No, I love it.
And has stayed clean, got his son back.
Oh my gosh, the story just keeps getting better.
Yes.
I love it. That's the thing. And I've always read and been told, I've never researched it or anything, but that usually working with pets, working with animals is really good for people just in general. Yes. Whether it teaches you patience or it teaches you to be caring and kind. I mean, there's all kinds of wonderful applications to life when it comes to working with pets that way too. Mm-hmm. I think it's great. What about the curriculum that folks go through and learn?
That is.
Yeah, because I would imagine that it's tailored for each individual, individual program.
Yes. The GRIP program that has the barracks, which is for incarcerated veterans or military, and then restoration and recovery. They have curriculum, therapeutic curriculum that includes anger management, career focus, John Maxwell leadership, and another program called Grit and Grace, which is just a group. He focuses a lot on trauma.
Okay.
So, and his whole company was former.
Not military veterans?
No. Former offenders.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's
the
okay.
word just completely lost.
When I heard barracks, I automatically went back to my Navy training. I was thinking the barracks was supposed to be talking about veterans, but no, I got ahead of you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's talk about the barracks since you brought them up. But living quarters for folks.
Yes. The barracks provides therapeutic services for incarcerated veterans to address the trauma that's associated with military service that can also lead to serious pitfalls, such as substance abuse,
Sure.
mental health crisis, and relationship breakdowns.
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit on this show before, and the fact that sometimes when people get out of the military, if they've been there a long time, they're used to a particular structure, and then they get out into the regular everyday world, the real world, if you will, and there is none. And they're looking for that structure. And I know, raising my own son, the days that he knew what he was doing, he always dotted the I's and crossed the T's. And then there was those days that he didn't have that structure, after school with ball practice or whatever it was. And you couldn't tell which way he was going. You know what I mean? You're just trying to reel him in as best you could, and get him to act right. And sometimes he did, and sometimes he didn't. Structure is so important. And I would imagine with those military veterans that they probably thrive in structure as well.
They do. They do so much. Their day is very structured as when they get up, how they make their bed. They have a couple of different items that are issued to them. It seems so simple, but such as an extra towel to lay across the corner of the bed at the bottom, because so many of, I don't know if the Navy did it, but did you have something that you laid across your bed at the bottom, diagonal?
No, I don't recall that one.
I don't know where that came from.
But it could be an Army, it could be a different branch. I mean, it could be anything. In the Navy, you could put anything you wanted to on the bed. It was going to end up on the floor because the ship's moving.
Right.
Yeah, it's just the way it worked, But so I'm sure, there's some wisdom behind it, though, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And then now you guys don't just work with adults. There's also a youth element to this too, right?
No,
there isn't.
Because this is an adult pretrial facility,
Okay, got
so
it.
everyone they're adults.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I don't think I realized that. So that it certainly makes sense. What about recognition for the GRIP program? Have you all gotten any special recognition from any of the agencies or around the country?
We do have different people that will call and just want to discuss the concept of GRIP. How it works, how we got started, but not that I can think, recognition that I can think of.
How has it worked throughout Gwinnett County? Has the reaction been really positive? Are there folks that know about the program that are trying to either apply for it or be a part of it?
As far as the outside, like a community resource? Or
Well, them too, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we have had community resources reach out that would like to be a part of the vocation. Companies that would like to at least interview people.
Sure.
We can do virtual interviews while they're still in jail, pass out applications, do phone interviews. Then as new sober living facilities open up, we do get contacted by them to come out and take a tour of their facility and discuss pricing and things like that.
GoGCSO.com is the website for folks who would like to get involved with the GRIP program. What are some of the other ways that people who are inmates or have been detained, how do they find out about it?
It's a lot of just talk among the inmates, what we call inmate.com.
Okay. I love it. That's a new website. I heard about that. But then how do they? They're talking about it amongst their peers. How do they apply for it? How do they reach out? How do they know who to reach out to?
We have an in-house form called an inmate request form, and that's what everyone is told to put their request to find out more information, or to just request to come to the GRIP unit, and that's what starts the vetting process.
Okay, and then what are the things that are probably best? Like a guy or girl that is wanting to be involved. Like, is there a particular personality trait that works best? I mean, is it outgoing folks? Is it folks that are a little more quiet, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, everybody can do well in GRIP.
Yep, as long as they vet and are approved for the program, then then we move them into one of the 3 housing units and one of the 4 programs.
Yeah, it's something that's clearly working well. Daniel, is this something that you see as a positive, at least on your side, when it comes to a second chance?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Programs like
'cause
these?
look, we feel the same way, right? I mean, we bond you out, or if you do have to get bonded out through us, we obviously don't want to see you again, right? So anything that we can push to prevent that from happening is a victory, right? So
Absolutely.
You don't want to go back to the Gwinnett County Jail.
No doubt about it. Appreciate you listening to us. We've got one final segment with Joey Stafford of the GRIP program. She is the project coordinator of the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Along with Daniel Madelon, he is the CEO of a Second Chance Bail Bonds and a Second Chance Monitoring. My name is Tug Cowart, and you're listening to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3.
This holiday season, skip the practical and give something magical. This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we've been Atlanta's source for holiday magic since 1939. For a timeless gift that keeps on giving, our dazzling diamond studs start at just $275, and they can be upgraded for life. Pick from a huge selection of birthstone jewelry starting at just $155. Or for the ultimate magic moment, find the perfect ring for an unforgettable holiday proposal. Come shop with us in Atlanta, Kennesaw, or Sandy Springs, or browse our gift guide at dgeller.com.
Is there chaos in your closet?
Look, Blouse, you've got some nerve hanging there like that.
I can't help it. I'm jammed in here next to this suit.
Hey, I'm a 3-piece, all right, which means I need a little more room.
You've got a lot of attitude for a linen suit.
I'm a polyester blend, sweetheart, and there needs to be room for men's clothes, too.
Hi, I'm Christina, and at Artisan Custom Closets, we help families organize and simplify their closets with customized storage solutions. See what's possible for your home at artisancustomclosets.com, and then call us for a free in-home consultation.
Extra 106.3 and a Second Chance Bail Bonds are here to back your blue. Now back to the show on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Welcome back. Final segment of Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3 with Daniel Madelon. He is the CEO of a Second Chance Bail Bonds and a Second Chance Monitoring. Got Joey Stafford with us, GRIP project coordinator at the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. And if you're just now tuning in, that is the Gwinnett Reentry Intervention Program, GRIP. And they offer incentivized programs with access to rehabilitation, education, vocation, and occupational skills. The program also provides opportunity for restoration, recovery, and preparation for a successful re-entry into society. So when folks are there in the GRIP program, let's say they're able to get themselves out of jail and they're living their life, and then they have a bit of a hiccup. They run into some sort of legal issue. Are they able to reach back out to y'all at the GRIP program and get assistance there?
Yes, sir, they are. Depending on that hiccup, and they can just reach back out to the GRIP hotline that I mentioned before, and we will discuss it. We write up a synopsis, which is given to our lieutenant, and together we make a decision on whether or not we think it would be
A wise choice or not?
a wise choice to help them again.
Sure. And what goes into that decision making? Like, what are some of the things that you're looking for, or if you see you're like, that's not going to work?
Again, what happened
Sure.
to cause the hiccup? Do they have a job? Are they actively looking for a job? Do you have interviews coming up? We need to know that you're trying to help yourself as much as you're reaching back out for us to help you.
Sure. Yeah. Because, in life, that's the thing. If you're not willing to help yourself, there's not much that anybody else can do. If you ain't willing to help you, it's going to be hard for anybody else to help you.
Correct.
Yeah. No, all that makes sense to me, too. You mentioned something in the break, the Pocket program.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that means. Can you explain to me and folks listening here to Back Your Blue what the Pocket program is?
Yes. Pocket is a case management system or case management platform that the county just purchased for GRIP in October that we are trying to put in place. It will track all of the vocational programs that we have for the individuals in the GRIP program. They will have access to it on the outside as well. We will All of our partners will be set up in this platform so that they don't have to reach back out to GRIP necessarily. They can look through their pocket program and go to the resources themselves, ask questions.
Like
see
a little
if they
bit
qualify.
of a directory?
Almost, yes, but it's interactive, so it's pocket by a civil aid, and that is the difference between them and a lot of the other case management programs out there. Is this one is interactive, so they can also get their certificates. We will load those into this pocket program, so they always have those. They don't have to necessarily keep coming back to GRIP.
Mm-hmm.
They have all of this in their pocket profile.
Okay, yeah, it's just almost like a social media. It sounds like a little bit. It's just where you have your profile, you go to your page, and you see all the things that you have access to. Social media, it's probably friends or pages you follow or whatever. But in this, it sounds like you go to anything that you could be involved with or you could have access to better yourself.
Correct, to help your reentry plan.
Yeah,
to assist in that.
Man, it sounds like a really, really good program, and I imagine that a lot of people try to take advantage of that. Because you said this is something that you have even after you're done with the incarceration. Correct. Yeah. So this is going to help you. Like, can you give me an example of what might be in there? Like, is there numbers to counseling or numbers to trade and vocational schools? Am I on the right path?
Absolutely. The partners that I had mentioned before, such as employment partners, they will be in there, their contact information, their applications, so that they can just do it right there in the platform.
Love it. Convenience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also a lot of the things that are in our paper resource guide, which includes, you can find clothing.
Sure.
You can find food pantries, clothing pantries.
Any need that you might have.
Yes.
No, that's terrific.
Medical. We have a reentry health insurance program that we partner with that gives a person coming out of incarceration, as long as they sign up within 60 days of release, they get a year's worth of health insurance.
When I hear all this, I just think the word that comes to mind is dignity. Just giving people the opportunity to have their dignity and to go about things helping themselves and having an avenue to do that.
Yes.
That's what...
Which also helps the community.
Sure it does. Of course it does. But I think anytime you can allow someone to feel like that they have their dignity back, they're more encouraged to stay on the right path, not have those hiccups that we've talked about before.
Correct.
One thing that I felt like I missed when we were talking about some of the programs, because I love to eat. My favorite thing in the world. Probably like to eat it too much. My wife would tell you my portion sizes are out of whack. The Fresh Start Garden. Tell me about that.
The Fresh Start Garden is we have our own garden out beside the jail. It's still within the secured fencing, so we can take most inmates out. That is another one that is split between the males work in it and the females work in it. We receive donations from different partners for the plants, and we have a winter crop, a fall, a summer, a spring, and they go out there, they learn the horticulture and agriculture, tilling the beds, getting them ready for planting, harvesting the different crops and what they are and what they need to grow and be successful.
Are they used inside the jail?
Yes.
See, but that's the thing that sounds the best to me. Some fresh food
Some
that
fresh
you grew
food.
yourself?
Yes.
Man, talk about a good place to be, man. I think that's my favorite so far, really. I think that's the coolest aspect right there. We're growing the things that we need to take care of the folks that are here. And there's nothing more important than being able to do that.
Correct.
Being able to take care of yourself.
And then
I love
the
it.
extra goes to different food pantries around Gwinnett County.
I love that. It's a win-win right there. That's what that is, Daniel Madelon.
For sure.
It is good for everybody involved. And I just want to tell you, Joey, thank you so much for taking the time to come by here and talk to us about the GRIP program, because I don't think many people know about it. And that's something that that Gwinnett County can be proud of, that they're doing something extra to help people. Because at the end of the day, if we ain't helping people, we're doing the wrong thing.
Correct.
And I see that at the church I go to, and I was taught that as a child. So I think that the GRIP program is headed in the right direction, and with folks like you working there, can't go wrong.
Well, thank you very much,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
thank you for bringing light to the program.
Yes, ma'am. We're glad to do it. Daniel, anything you want to close with?
No, I think
You're all set.
I'm-
Well, thank
I'm
you.
all set.
There you go, Joey Stratford, the GRIP project coordinator, Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, here today on Back Your Blue with Daniel Madelon of a Second Chance Bail Bonds and a Second Chance Monitoring. My name is Tug Cowart, and this is Extra 1063.
This is an Extra 1063 podcast. To hear more live and local content like this, tune into 1063 FM or download the Extra 1063 app.
Why should you do your shopping at D. Geller & Son this holiday season? Because you don't want to end up like shouldn't have case number 674.
Okay, everyone, let's open our gifts. Honey, you go first.
Oh, perfume. You really shouldn't have.
It's in my throat.
It's in my eyes.
What? It's not that bad.
Shouldn't have gone with the perfume. This year, take the risk out of holiday shopping with a beautiful gift from D. Geller & Son. A breath of fresh air since 1939.
Hey Atlanta, Hudson Mason here. Is a new roof still on your to-do list, but you've been delayed due to rising home service costs? Well, here's a fantastic solution from Accent Roofing Service. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a full year. That's right, you can get your new roof now and start paying next year. Act quickly because Accent's incredible offer of 000 with a 12-month deferred payment option for a lifetime roof system isn't going to last long. Contact the craftsman at Accent Roofing Service today, accentroofingservice.com.